Hello, this is Akiko Sudano from Downingtown, Pennsylvania. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and my web page is called Stampin' in the Meadows. That's the name of my business. And so, welcome. Let me check and see where I am. Make sure that I'm live in the right place. Oop, yep, there we are. Okay, welcome. Thank you. Okay, I'm so excited because I am going to be doing my first Facebook Live video on products from the new catalog, and this is the new catalog. And so hopefully if you're a demonstrator, you've gotten yours, and if not, then you'll be have them coming shortly. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about also is that I have a product share of new designer series papers, new ribbons and embellishments going on. So if you're interested in some of that stuff, go ahead and check out the my new product shares page on my website, stampinginthemeadows.com. So and contact me if you're interested in participating in the product share. But this is the new catalog, and I'm so excited about it. It's got some beautiful things. Hi, Karen. Thank you for joining me. It's got some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful new products, and I'm so excited about the new catalog. It's ordering from the new catalog starts on June 3rd. So mark your dates. And so this is the Forever Fern stamp set, and it's got a coordinating set of dies. And this is the stamp set that we're going to be making today's card with. And before I actually start to make the card, I wanted to show you all of the different products that were in the Forever Greenery Suite. So if you've seen a somebody doing an unboxing video, some of this is going to be a repeat for you, but this is I just wanted to go through this for myself, for all of my customers who maybe haven't seen that. But you can see that you've got some beautiful leaf stamps, and these are the distinctive stamps where you can stamp it once and then you get different gradations of color on the stamp. And then you've got some beautiful uplifting sentiments here, and then just a simple hello sentiment. That's the one we're going to be using today. And it's got dies in the die set, in the bundle. It's got dies to cut out all of these leaf images, and then in addition to that, it's got some other dies that you can use to just cut out plain cardstock and have different other shapes to coordinate with your projects. So let me show you some of the other items that are in that suite. This is the one that has the gold hoops, and I don't have all the product numbers for these things, but these are pretty. These are the cutest things, I think. Amy, if you've seen Amy's blog in her post, she had one of the cards, and she used this hoop in one of her cards. It's just so cute. It's very, very substantial. It's not really flimsy at all. So you've gotten, I think there's 10 of those in a pack. So those are the hoops, and that's going to be a fun thing, I think, to make for a fun addition embellishment for cards. And then you've got a ribbon combo that's got, this looks like a very vanilla or a natural color ribbon to me, and it's very, very soft. And then a gold, and this kind of reminds me of like embroidery floss, and it's got multi-strands that can come apart and stuff. So this is the two different ribbons are in one what they call a ribbon combo pack. So these come together, and they're 5 yards of each of those. And then there's this set of embossing folders. Now this is a 3-inch embossing folder, and these embossing folders. Hi, Patricia. Thanks for joining me. These are designed to fit in that new mini embossing die cutting and embossing machine. If you've heard some rumors about that, Stampin' Up! Has finally come out with a replacement die cutting and embossing machine, and it's not just one; it's got two. It's got a regular standard size and then a mini size, which I think the mini size is really good because sometimes it's like you just want one simple little die cut and you don't want to be cranking like forever. You want just a smaller thing, and these embossing folders are designed to fit perfectly in the small one there. And then they have these gold foil, I think these are laser cut things, but it's got different labels, different shaped labels, different kinds of greenery. It's white on the back, so you've got different sheets of the gold, and then there's some card front with different kinds of things as well in this pack of specialty designer series paper. But those are really, really pretty. We're going to use this one in the card that we're going to make today. And then there's the beautiful designer series paper, and it's all different color, different shades of green. I don't remember all of the different colors, but it's just different with some geometric backgrounds and stuff that you want, that you might be interested in, and just it's like almost every different shade of green here. I don't remember. I guess I should have written down the colors before starting here. Oh, I've got the package in the bottom here, so I can read them off afterwards. But you can see it's just gorgeous, just so rich and interesting. And you've got this kind of funky funky primitive kind of pattern. It's just really a nice combination, and this is the paper that we're going to be using today. So let's see, what are the colors that they have. This is kind of small. It's got Garden Green, Just Jade, which is the new green shade, Pear Pizzazz, Pretty Peacock, Shaded Spruce, Soft Seafoam, and Whisper White. So those are the colors. So I think this is, I've seen a lot of sneak peeks that people have done using different products from this, and they're just so lush and gorgeous and so pretty. So, that's, I think, at this point, one of my favorite suites. So one of the other things that I wanted to show you before we get started with the card is I saw this in, and this was one of the things that helped me on one of the on-tour things, is that somebody had suggested to take your stamp, because this is the distinctive one, and so and do like first, without restamping, do the first one and then the second one and the third one. So this is like stamped off twice, and then this is stamped off 3 times, and then just keep going with it. And so I did that, and you can see how beautiful these things show up. And I did it with Pretty Peacock and then Pear Pizzazz and Old Olive. And I was trying to figure out, well, so I'm going to use these this one stamped off twice, and then this one stamped off once for the inside of my card. And I was trying to figure out what is the best color and what is the best color combination. So this is, and unfortunately I did this just on the back of a piece of recyclable paper. So but this is a useful kind of thing, and I thought that was a pretty good tip to do, so that you can kind of compare things before you actually go to commit it to a card. So that's the thing. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to stamp, and what we're going to do is we're going to make a Z-fold card today, and I've pretty much cut all the pieces out, and we'll go through and I'll show you each of those as we step through it. But first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and stamp the inside of the card, and stamp the envelope. So the orientation is going to be something like this. And so I want to stamp a couple of the leaves on the inside of the card. And then I've gotten a whisper white envelope. Okay, there we go, this way. And I'll stamp some coordinating things on the envelope here. So let's see here. I wanted to do so I'm going to do the envelope full strength. So let's start with the pretty peacock, not the pretty peacock, the pear pizzazz. And I've got this stamp mounted on my large stamping block. So I'm going to stamp first on the envelope and then stamp the second generation on my card front here. So let's get this good and inked up. Thank you. Okay, that looks good. Let's see, this is the top of my envelope, good. So I'll put it right here. So that's the first one, and then I'll do the second one, and you want to be careful. I don't know if you can see. You want to be careful. Hold it down where you can see that. If you do it, you're going to get the lines right there. So the safe thing to do would be to ink up, but I'm going to just stamp it so that the edge is way up here. So I just get a little bit of it on here, just in the corner. See, just a very, very little bit. Okay. Put that away. And then let's get this cleaned up before we make a mess. Okay. And then we'll stamp this other little one that kind of, I don't know, kind of reminds me of eucalyptus. I'm not quite sure. In Pretty Peacock, just like so that it kind of coordinates with the, that's upside down, so that it kind of coordinates with the designer series paper here. So I'm going to stamp this. Okay, yeah, that's fine. I'll stamp this right next to it, right here, full strength. Oops, that's okay. And then the second one we'll put down a little further, right next to it. Oops, no, that one needs to be stamped off twice. So there, it's stamped off again. Good. And then make this a little bit lower. Okay, just a little touch. Just a little touch on the little white panel that we'll put on the inside of the card for our writing area. Okay, so let's put this away. All right, and then bring the rest of our, and actually we can put this aside too, and then we'll put this aside too until we're ready to put that on the inside of the panel. Let's wipe this up, clean this off. Get the bottom too. Hi, Amy. No problem. Thank you for joining me. All right, so the first thing that I've already cut everything, and I'll have all of the sizes of the cardstock on my blog post for tomorrow morning. But the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to put the designer series paper panels onto the Pear Pizzazz card base. So first, and what I've decided to do is I'm going to have the greenery on this side, and then put the stripes here, and then put more greenery on the front here. And so I'm going to just put the multi-purpose glue on it. Okay. Now the big thing is I just want to make sure I don't put it on upside down. Okay, good. Yeah. Put it on, glue it down. kind of. Yeah, and there we go. So the next thing I want to do is put one of these stripes. I don't remember. I think this is the one that I was going to put on the middle. But these two panels are both the same size, so that you can decide which. Actually, I like that stripe better. So I'm going to put that stripe on the middle, and then most of this is going to be covered up, but that'll be on that side. So I want to make sure, do my best to align these two pieces. Make sure these two pieces are lined up pretty well with each other, and so that's the objective here. And then of course the side panel, you want to make sure that that's lined up with both of these. Let's see. And it's probably not going to be perfect. There. This color combination is just so pretty. I don't know, the pretty peacock just works so well with all of the other green colors. Let's see, and then line this up. And then before we press it down, I'm going to do a quick check to see. That looks pretty good, that it's lined up with this one. That these two pieces, the top and bottom, are lined up, and these two pieces are lined up. There. The nice thing about fancy fold cards like this is that you end up being able to use lots of your designer series paper, because it's fun to accent the inside of inside panels with designer series paper. It just makes it extra special for the recipient to have something that's also decorated. Okay, so the next thing is I've got a pretty peacock panel, and I've used the greenery embossing folder and already embossed this panel. Can you see that? I'm not sure if my yeah, there you go. It's hard for me to see exactly which is whether or not these subtle details end up showing up. But I chose to use both of those embossing, those new embossing folders are just beautiful. And I chose to use this one just to kind of pick up on the greenery, because this has got just a touch of greenery on it. Now, I don't do a lot of fun fold cards, and that's why I thought, well, maybe it'd be fun to do something with, do a fun fold with this one. And so I just decided to pick an easy one and go with the C-fold card. All right, then we're going to put this panel right on top of here. But before we attach it, we're going to go ahead and build everything up in here. So what I did was I took one of those, I took this die and I cut a piece of vellum out of that. And I told you we were going to use one of those gold elements. And this is the gold element, that gold from that gold laser cut specialty designer series paper. And we're going to put that on there too. And then I stamped a couple of them already and die cut them. And I just did this one. I just stamped the, this is a huge stamp, so I just wanted a little bit so that I could still show off all of the vellum and the gold foil. So I just wanted a little bit of color there. So I just stamp this on just stamp the top part of it and die cut the top part of it off so that I could just have just a little bit of it peeking out. Okay, so let's see, let's attach these guys with glue dots. Oh, before I do that, I wanted to put together my label. So I stamped the hello on in pretty peacock ink with a and cut it out with the stitch, the smallest of the rectangles of the Stitch So Sweetly dies. And I cut one of them with the sentiment, and then I cut two others, and this is just on plain Whisper White. And what I wanted to do was I wanted to have this label be a little bit more substantial, so that it's more like a piece of chipboard, so that it can kind of stand on its own, because it's such a tiny label. So that, and then, so I cut three of them out, and I've seen people do as many as 5 different pieces of cardstock and put them together. But then you end up with a little bit more of a thicker piece, a thicker label, so that it kind of is like cutting something out of chipboard, and it doesn't, and you don't end up putting things. And the thing about it is that these little stitched rectangle little things are so easy to line up. Sometimes it's a little harder to line it up when you've got something that's really intricate and everything. But these are so easy to line up. And then you've got a little bit of thickness. I don't know if you can see it, but you've got a little bit of thickness there, so that it's a little bit more substantial. I love that embossing. Yeah, that's a great one. And then these embossing folders too are not the special. These are like the old-fashioned plain embossing folders. They're not the 3D kind of embossing. So that's something to remember also about it. So we'll put the label here, and then we'll have the stems coming up like this. So I want to do it. We'll do it that way. This is a very simple layout. Very, very simple layout. So I'm going to first take a couple of glue dots, so I have something to have and I'll put this down so that I have something for my arrangement to stick to. And I may end up putting some more on. But then the glue dots are going to be covered by the label. So that's okay. Stay there. Okay, so let's bring this down. Something like that. And then we'll have some delicate vellum, and then we'll have some really, really nice, I'm going to just stick this here. There's a little piece of the glue dot right there, so that'll stick to it. And then you have the contrast of the gold foil shape, and then just a little bit of I'll put glue dots behind here. The stamped and die cut image. This will go like right here. And then we'll put this one kind of behind the label under like this. So this way you can still see a lot of the gold, and you can still see, so we'll put the glue dot right back there. You can still see a lot of the gold, and you can still see the vellum, which is going to be nice, because all of the special elements show up. I'm going to put another one too. I'm going to put a glue dot behind this leaf right here. Not sure exactly where that, don't remember quite where that landed. But we'll be okay. So we'll put this in here. So yeah, so we still have lots of, we've got lots of the vellum showing, and lots of the vellum, and lots of the gold showing. So that's good. And then we're gonna stick this guy on with dimensionals. Hi, Chris from North Carolina. Thanks for joining me. just take this and put it right over the bottom there. That's a hello. I think it's just a little crooked. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So, cover that up. Now, I think the last thing, oh, no, we still have to put the inside of the card on. But first, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and put this on here. Now, I think that since this, I'm not a fun fold card expert, but I think that we want to, okay, I think what we want to do is we want to use the tear and tape to secure this. So I'm going to put one piece on this side because I think that this, I want to make sure that this is going to stick good, and tear and tape is going to be nice and sticky. And unfortunately, tear and tape is not going to be in the catalog much longer, but they have some new adhesives, including I forgot what the names are, but they have new adhesives in the catalog. Let's measure this. It's going to be about this long. They're going to have new adhesives, and there's going to be a replacement for snail, and then a replacement for the tear and tape. So they're going to have one that's for regular stuff, and then one that's a little bit stronger. So I'll put this one on this side. Actually, I can go a little, we'll leave it there. He's in there, so we're going to just leave that there. So got that one there and this one there. So pull the covers off, and then we'll be able to position it. There we go. Okay. And we just kind of want to, well, definitely we want to make it straight. Make sure we got it straight. That looks good. Press it good. There. So that our card will stand up like that. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then the final thing that we want to do is we want to, where's the inside? Here's our inside. We can throw that away. We'll put the inside on, and I've sized this so that it kind of comes over, gives us just about an eighth of an inch border there, and so that it'll be like that. And then when we close it, it'll be covered. But when we open it, we'll be able to see it. So we'll leave it like this, and then put the adhesive on, and we're just going to use multi-purpose liquid glue. Oh, tear and tape is in the new catalog. Thank you, Amy. I have not spent enough time tearing through the new catalog. I need to drop everything and then just spend all the rest of the afternoon going through that. It's just, I feel like it's been so crazy busy recently with the weather finally got a little bit warm here, so I've been trying to get things done in the garden. I feel like it's so late. And just other things, just the normal things. And it's not like I have a bunch of kids at home, or even a kid at home, a child at home that needs to be homeschooled or anything. So I have really no excuse. So I'll just put that down, eyeball it, and there. So we have a nice thick border of that pretty Designer Series paper. Got a little bit of stamping in on the side here, and then there's plenty of room to write a sweet little hello note, and then when you go to close it up, you can't even see it. So that's, oh, you know what? Let's put some gold. Since we've got some gold foil here, I cut 3 of the tiny gold gilded are they gilded gems from the Ornate Garden Suite. So we want to add some of those because that'll go with that. And put one right here on the hello. And put, okay, I see one. I want to put one right here. And then the other one, let's put on this eucalyptus thing right here. Right here. There we go. So we have 3. That will be our fancy decoration. So we've got that's our card, and we've got an envelope that was not stamped very well, but we've got an envelope that was stamped that coordinates with it, that picks up on the two different colors. So there you go. That I hope you liked the card for today, and I just love the new catalog, and so that's it. I'm so excited to bring you my first project with the new catalog. So take care, and I'll be back next week. Oh, actually, I have to figure out, next weekend is Memorial Day. I have to figure out whether I'm going to do it Saturday or I'm going to do it Sunday. But I'll be back next weekend at some point and do it with another card for you. Thank you so much. Have a great week, guys. Bye-bye.